Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. I kind of found this pattern by accident because you never know what you're going to get when you're playing around. All I did is take a square and Control D and made another square and used the two-sided arrow to get that shape. Now I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool to fill that in, and we'll use red like I did. You know what? Yeah, let's use red. It worked. Then I'm going to move that over. So I've just got that shape because this is actually two objects and this is one. So I'm going to go to Effects and Bevel, and I'm going to bevel 1 inch, and I get that right there. Pretty cool. You could play around with the number. You could back up and go 0.75. You get about the same because it's not that big. Let's go. Oh, I went 10, 0.75. Yeah, you get the same thing. So let's go 0.25. Yeah, see, that's a true bevel. But I kind of like that other one. So now what I'm going to do is well, I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to rotate it. And then I want it to be 6 inches. So it's 6 by 6, and I'm going to set my nudge factor on 6. It's on 3 for a reason, and you're fixing to see why. Control D and move it over. Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. As many as you like. Now I'm going to group those together, and I'm going to put them away from that other one. Now I'm going to change my nudge factor to 3. And I'm going to Control D or hit the plus key, and I'm going to move it down and over. That automatically put it in the most perfect spot you could have. Then I'm going to Control G, Control D, and duplicate it. So I'm hitting I hit the down arrow twice, but once I did that, I get this. And you could make as many of those as you like. Now, to intersect this here in a minute, we've got to actually turn this into a bitmap. For some reason, the intersect tool, to make this square, you're going to have to turn it into a bitmap, but we don't have to do that. So now I'm going to Control G to group it, and I'm going to just Control D to duplicate it and nudge it over, and there's my pattern, or the pattern I found by mistake because I nudged it over, and those little dots are just highlights of it's been grabbed. Now, if you wanted to cut this out in just this part and leave the outside part, you would have to make the whole thing a bitmap. And it takes a little bit of time. So what I'm thinking, let's just do it. Let's take this and go up to Object, and let's ungroup it all and grab this one. Turn off my phone. And then we're going to take this one and turn it into a bitmap to start with. CMYK, I'm using somebody else's file evidently. It's CMYK, because you don't want to use the other color or change your color. So now I can put my nudge factor back to 6 and Control D, Control D, Control D. And then you could change, you could go 6, but I'm going to go 3 because we don't have to do anything. Corel's going to do all the work. So I'm going to Control D, Control G, Control D, and then do that. And then you want to go straight down, so Control D and move it down. Now, I'm going to group this together, Control G, and that's a cool enough pattern within itself. You could actually select it, hold down your Shift key and double click your rectangle and make your rectangle black, object, order, back a page, and it makes it look totally different. But to get that other pattern we had a little while ago, I'm going to hit the plus key. Now, I want to cut that out. So I'm going to group it together, Control G. I don't want these telltale signs. And I'm going to grab let me zoom in here. I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, and I'm going to go from the very top of that node down to that node, and then I'm going to select it all and go intersect. And then it intersected it out. So nobody can tell that you offset it. Pretty cool pattern. I mean, it's not even 100% symmetrical. Well, it is. It's just the lighting from the different, it's basically this put into the center of that. Anyway, kind of a fun project. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.